Another Day, Another Story. The Right Stuff, by Tom Wolfe, is a captivating exploration of the early days of America's space program, focusing particularly on the test pilots who became the first astronauts. Published in 1979, Wolfe's book delves into the lives and psyche of these daring individuals, examining their courage, ambition, and the intense competition that drove them to push the boundaries of human exploration. Wolfe's writing style in The Right Stuff is distinctive, characterized by his use of new journalism techniques, which blend journalistic rigor with literary flair. Through vivid descriptions and intimate portrayals, he brings to life the exhilarating and often dangerous world of test flying in space travel. Welcome to Taboo Eminent Channel. The book covers significant events such as the Mercury 7 selection process, the space race with the Soviet Union, and the pioneering missions of astronauts like John Glenn and Alan Shepard. It explores the personal sacrifices and professional pressures faced by these astronauts, as well as the broader cultural impact of their achievements on American society during the Cold War era. Tom Wolfe's book takes readers on a journey through the early years of the U.S. space program, beginning with the fierce competition between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. The Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik in 1957 sparked a sense of urgency and national pride in America, leading to increased efforts to catch up and surpass Soviet achievements in space exploration. Against this backdrop, Wolfe introduces readers to the world of test pilots, the elite aviators who pushed the boundaries of flight in experimental aircraft such as the X-1 and X-15. These men were known for their fearlessness, their willingness to take risks, and their determination to push themselves and their machines to the limit. The book focuses in particular on the selection and training of the Mercury 7, the first group of astronauts chosen by NASA to participate in the Mercury program, which aimed to put the first Americans into space. Wolfe provides vivid portraits of each of the Mercury 7: Alan Shepard, John Glenn, Gus Grissom, Scott Carpenter, Wally Schirra, Gordon Cooper, and Dickie Slayton. As the Mercury program progresses, Wolfe chronicles the triumphs and setbacks of America's early space missions, including Shepard's historic suborbital flight aboard Freedom 7 and Glenn's groundbreaking orbital flight aboard Friendship 7. The book captures the excitement and tension of these historic moments, as well as the camaraderie and competition among the astronauts themselves. The Right Stuff also explores the complex dynamics between the astronauts, NASA officials, and the media, highlighting the conflicting priorities and pressures that shaped America's space program during its formative years. Through Wolfe's sharp wit and keen observations, readers gain a deeper understanding of the larger cultural and political forces at play during the space race. One of the central themes of the book is the concept of the right stuff itself, that intangible quality possessed by the test pilots and astronauts that set them apart from ordinary men. Wolfe delves into what this elusive quality entails, portraying it as a combination of bravery, skill, and sheer determination to push the boundaries of human achievement. Throughout the narrative, Wolfe provides insight into the unique subculture of test pilots and astronauts, exploring their rituals, slang, and code of honor. These men were not just pilots. They were modern-day knights, risking their lives in pursuit of glory and advancement in a high-stakes game of one-upmanship. Wolfe also examines the role of technology in the space race, detailing the cutting-edge engineering and scientific innovations that made space travel possible. From the development of the Mercury spacecraft to the construction of the massive Saturn V rocket, the book highlights the incredible feats of ingenuity and teamwork that went into putting a man on the moon. But The Right Stuff is not just a celebration of American heroism, it's also a nuanced exploration of the darker side of the space program. Wolfe delves into the psychological toll that the intense pressure and scrutiny took on the astronauts and their families, as well as the ethical dilemmas raised by the pursuit of scientific progress at any cost. The book also confronts the myth of the infallible hero, revealing the human vulnerabilities. In addition to the individual stories of the Mercury 7, Wolfe also examines the broader cultural impact of the space program on American society. He reflects on the ways in which the space race served as a symbol of American ingenuity and superiority during the Cold War, as well as the ways in which it sparked debates about the role of science, technology, and exploration in the modern world. The Mercury 7 selection process. Wolfe provides a detailed examination of the selection process for the Mercury 7 astronauts. NASA sought individuals who not only possessed exceptional flying skills but also met stringent physical and psychological criteria. Wolfe explores the intense competition among the candidates and the rigorous testing they underwent, including psychological evaluations, endurance tests, and simulations of spaceflight conditions. The space race context. The Right Stuff is set against the backdrop of the intense rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. The Soviet Union's early successes in space, including the launch of the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, and the first human, Yuri Gagarin, into orbit, heightened the pressure on the United States to catch up. Wolfe examines how this geopolitical competition fueled the drive to achieve milestones in space exploration, culminating in America's determination to put a man on the moon. The dangers of test flying and space travel. Wolfe vividly portrays the inherent risks and dangers faced by test pilots and astronauts. He delves into the harrowing experiences of these men as they pushed the boundaries of flight in experimental aircraft and spacecraft. From near-fatal crashes to the challenges of surviving in the unforgiving environment of space, Wolfe captures the adrenaline-fueled thrills and the sobering realities of life as a test pilot and astronaut. The impact on American culture. The Right Stuff explores the profound impact of the space program on American culture and society. The achievements of the Mercury 7 astronauts captured the imagination of the American public, inspiring a sense of national pride and optimism. Wolfe examines how the astronauts became cultural icons, celebrated as heroes and role models for future generations. Their exploits were immortalized in books, films, and television shows, shaping the collective memory of a transformative era in American history. Ethical and moral considerations. Beyond the triumphs and glory of space exploration, Wolfe also delves into the ethical and moral dilemmas inherent in the pursuit of scientific progress. He raises questions about the cost of human life and the ethical responsibilities of those involved in the space program. Wolfe challenges readers to confront the moral complexities of pushing the boundaries of exploration and discovery, even in the face of personal risk and sacrifice. Ultimately, The Right Stuff is a rich tapestry of history, adventure, and human drama that captures the essence of one of the most exciting chapters in American history. Through Wolfe's vivid storytelling and keen insight, readers are transported back to a time when the sky was no longer the limit, and anything seemed possible. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel.